Hello and welcome into today's edition of the Arizona State Sun Devils Insider Podcast. My name is Kevin Hicks and I'm your lead beat writer for the Arizona State Sun Devils on SI, and I am so grateful to be joining you all today as I have every day, and we are moving into week 3 of the Arizona State football season, and they are set to face the Texas State Bobcats of the Sun Belt Conference, one of the up and rising programs in the group of five. And I am so excited to be covering the game for ASU on SI for each and every one of you on Saturday night. The game is set to kick off at 7:30 Arizona time, Mountain Standard Time, whatever way you want to say it. Uh, Going to be a fun one. Obviously, bad taste in their mouths from the shocking loss to Mississippi State, but the entire program feels good moving forward. I really personally look at that loss as a flash in the pan, and I really think that Sam Levitt is going to step up. I think that he's going to bounce back from some adversity. I think that they're going to really channel the duo that has been formed between Raleek Brown and Kanye Udo. Uh, I don't think Kyson Brown is going to play this week. Personally, I don't know anything, but that's just my intuition. And I think that Arizona State is going to have a great showing. They might end up even playing the best game of their season so far. Not that the bar is extraordinarily high on that, but I think that it might be a performance that even convinces fans that they are in line to win the Big 12 once again, going into Big 12 play on a very, very high note. And that is a perfect segue into today's discussion about practice, about what was said after practice, and so much more. And thank you each and every for all of your support each and every single day. And let's get into it. So, Coach Kenny Dillingham stated after practice that this is the best practice that he's witnessed from the program in quite some time. He's really hammered down the fact that they were focused, they were cool, they were collected. Every position group did their part, and they really consistently showed that fire that he is looking for, that the program is continuously looking to channel. And it was a great practice today. There were representatives from the Miami Dolphins and the Houston Texans at Arizona State practice today. Miami could be looking for a quarterback, just throwing it out there. The Texans could be looking for offensive linemen, could be looking for defensive linemen. There's a lot of Arizona State players that could be in the NFL this time next year. So that is certainly something to monitor every single practice. During practice today, I watched a lot of the first team defense squaring up against the scout team, and I watched a portion of the offense going up against the defensive scout team. Jordan Tyson, Kamari Anderson, Jaron Hamilton were the three standouts for me from the offensive perspective. They're frequently players that catch my attention. So it's nothing new for any of them. Jordan Tyson made some incredible catches on the sideline. He looks fluid. He looks confident. He has sure hands. Uh, really, not many holes to poke in his game right now, and I think that he's going to have a massive game this coming Saturday. Kamari Anderson looks explosive. He even got a screenplay during practice. He's a guy to watch as well, even though Shimon Mateer has been the starting tight end de facto. He has not received a catch this season. He has not hauled in a reception. So we'll see what the tight end assortment looks like, what the snap share looks like, all of that this Saturday. And Jaron Hamilton, he is probably the quintessential player on the Arizona State offense that needs more snaps, that needs more targets. He's just consistent at practice each and every day, and I can't say how impressed I have been with him enough. He's just the quintessential pros pro, and that is a great problem to have when you need to find ways to get a receiver that is as talented as Jaron Hamilton the ball in an offense that also has a guy like Shimon Mateer and obviously Tyson. So as for the defensive side of the ball, CJ Fight continues to be an absolute game wrecker. He was winning some nasty pass rush reps during the defense offensive line portion of practice that I was watching, probably about 2/3 to 3/4 of the way through practice. He's just powerful. He is just absolutely powerful, and he looks more agile now than he did last year. Watch out for Fight. He was also instrumental in the defense, only giving up 2.4 yards per rush against Mississippi State as well. So keep your eyes on him every single week. He could have the highest ceiling on the Arizona State roster, period, let alone defense. Prince Dorbah looks explosive off of the edge. He's added some moves to his arsenal. His timing is really, really strong. There's a lot to like about Prince Dorbah as well. And Albert Smith continues to be an impressive player off of the edge as well. He's a backup, obviously, but he really has a level of explosiveness that maybe nobody else on the defensive line has, as explosive as the D-line can be. He might be the one that has the most. So, yeah, the team looks well connected still. It looks like they're unbothered by the loss to Mississippi State. It looks like they are moving forward. It looks like business as usual. And that leads me into discussing what Coach Marcus Arroyo had to say after practice. He really talked about how his players have responded to the loss. Coach Dillingham, like I said, talked about how this is one of the best practices he's witnessed in months. And Arroyo said, yeah, these guys have responded well. That's what you want. You want to build chemistry. You want to come out, come to work. The guys did a really, really good job. They've got it in their DNA to come back from adversity like this. And they understand what it's like to fight through the adversity. That's basically what he said in his opening statement off of the first question. And he went on to talk about how to get an identity established like they did in the second half with the running heavy through Raleek Brown and Kanye Udo. He really stressed running the football effectively, dictating the course of the game, staying in rhythm, and the last thing that I wanted to talk about was Shimon Mateer once again. I got the fortune of asking him a question about his assessment on Shimon and the fact that he hasn't hauled in a catch, but he still performed strongly, at least according to Coach Dillingham. And Arroyo really echoed the sentiment on Mateer. He said he had a fantastic game. Hasn't reeled in a catch. He hasn't built up a stat line, and unfortunately, blocking and double teaming and winning at the line of scrimmage doesn't count as a stat. But media and fans and scouts can all see what he's done, and he's even went out to say that the Mississippi State game was probably the best game he's had in his college career, at least at Arizona State. And he said, I have no doubt that he's going to be a continued piece of our offense, both in running and passing. So expect Shimon to be a part of the offense moving forward. Expect him to haul in a bunch of catches and the second team All Big 12 tight end to possibly match his total of 5 touchdowns from a season ago that landed him on the All Big 12 team. That is really all I have for today. It was a very good day at practice, very informative, and I had a great time talking with Coach Dillingham, Coach Arroyo, and Coach Saga Tuatele. They were all phenomenal, as always, and I can't wait to cover the game on Saturday night for each and every one of you. Until then, I will have 2 episodes out of the podcast on both tomorrow and Friday, and thank you so much for tuning in today. I could not do it without each and every one of you, and I will see you tomorrow.